All right, so this is the layout, right? After you create after you create an account, right, this is the layout that it will give you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, so this is the layout it will give you, right? So let's just pretend this chart is not there. All right, so this is the layout it will give you. Actually, let's just do this. Yeah, that's fine. So what you want to do, right, is you want to change your you want to fix your watch list first. So the watch list is where you will put all the pairs that you will be trading. So I'm going to all you have to do is either you can create a new watch list, or you can just cancel out the pairs on the list that's right here. So all you have to do is just click on the X button and it will remove all of the pairs. But then since that takes time, I would suggest you just create in I would suggest you just create a new watch list since it's not giving us the option to create, right? All you have to do is cancel out all the pairs, and then you add the pairs that you want to trade or that you'll be looking at. So let's say if it was me, I would add let's say GPUSD, right? So when you want to add, right, all you want to do is, you see where it says watch list, you want to use
Yes.
that plus button over there. That
Yeah, I see it.
button will then give you the option where you type out what you want, and then you can add everything that you want to add. So let's say I'm trading GU and gold only, so that's what I would have on my watch list. Then if if you can see this tab, right, where on your right, so this is the
Yes.
menu button that will give you the tab to show you everything that's on this tab. And then if you click on it again, it will remove everything so that you only have the chart. So after that, you have the alerts, and for you to have the alert, all you have to do is just click on it, or you can even click on the headlines. It will tell you all the news for the pair that you have on. So let's say we have Euro USD here, right? Let's say we're looking at Euro USD, right? So here it will tell us all of the news on Euro USD that has came out and not or that's about to happen. This is the where you get all your news. So you might not even have to go over to other news apps for you to like know what's happening. You can just look at it over here, and then you have the data window to tell you the highs and lows of your pair, the date, the time, all of that stuff. And then you have trade ideas. So this is the area that you know, after you have created an account on TradingView, right, you can even share your analysis that you have made with other traders. All you have to do is publish it. So all of the analysis and your ideas that you have set up, they'll appear on your
Okay.
on this tab. And then
Yes, I get you.
all right, and then you have the forex chat where you can actually chat with other people who are trading also on TradingView. Recent, then you have the private chats, and then there's the idea stream where you can watch people, you can follow other traders, right? So that when they post their ideas, right, you can actually get notifications and see them also. um in case if you also want to trade, if you want to trade them, then there are streams. It's a really good place to do your analysis.
Okay, I see it.
All right, so if you don't need that, all you have to do is just remove it, and then that's all. So the next thing you want to do, right, is set up your chart. Our chart is in red and green. So if you right click, right, and then you go to settings at the bottom, it will give you the chart settings. So the first one is the symbol one, right? So the first one is where you will set how you want the body and the wicks of your candles to be. Which colors would you want?
Me, I use the black, black and white.
Black and white. All right, so all you want to do is you want to go on the red, and then you want to put black, right? And then that's on the body, right? And then on the green candle, those are the bullish candle, that's the body. You want to put white. Is it white? Yeah. And then on the borders, right? The borders are around the body. You want to put I think this one is black. And then on the black, on the red one also, that's black. So the red ones are the bearish candles, and then the green ones are the bullish candles. Then on the wicks, you want to put black and black for both sides, and then you have your red and white candles. So the next thing that you would want to do is go on to your status line, where it says status line, right? And then the status line, right, you see where it says or and around this area.
Yes.
Let me do this. So the status line is around this area where it says or and this is the area that we are now looking at, right? All of this information that will appear here, that's what we're now looking at. So what you want to do is you want to keep the symbol. If you want to keep the symbol, that's fine, but then you would know what symbol it is. So I don't see, or I don't think it's necessary. So
Okay.
you can also remove the show open market status, then the high level of closing, and then the bar changing values also. And then you also want to remove the buy and sell buttons, because since you're using XM, you won't be selling there. And then you want to remove the indicator titles, because I highly doubt you're going to be using indicators, and also indicators value. That's it on that, on everything. That's what we removed. And then you want to go on the scales. I think the scales, everything is fine on the scales. You want to move on to the appearance. So the appearance, you want to make sure that the background is solid, and depending on what background you want to be using,
Okay.
you can keep it white. And then the vertical lines, right, those are the grid on the chart. You want to make sure that you remove the grid. So since our background solid is white, I would suggest changing on the grid. On that color option, you put white, and then on the horizontal grid lines, you also put white. That way you don't have any grid
Okay,
on your
I
chart.
see.
It's a clear white background. Then on session breaks, you can actually remove the session breaks option and tick the session breaks option, because we'll make sure that you learn how to use the session breaks without having to use any indicators to show you which session is on and which session is off.
Okay.
And then the next thing is scale text. That's fine. Scale lines, that's fine also. The next thing you want to go on is on trading. So on trading, you want to untick show of positions, untick show orders, untick exchange lines, and show executions. These things won't matter that much to you, because you won't be using trading view to do your to enter your trades. But then it's also good to just remove it, just in case later in the future you so happen to use it. And then on
Okay.
events, you also want to untick show earnings, show splits, and dividends, because whenever there is an event for that particular pair that you're using, right, they will show at the bottom, they will highlight it at the bottom. So if you have checked your events in the morning, you don't need the highlighting on the bottom, because that's just making your chart messy. So you want to keep it clean. And then if you want, you can save this as a template, right? So that whenever you also make sure that you press OK, so that everything that you changed is saved. So I'm saying, like, if you want, you can save that as a template, right? So saving as a template, you saw it at the bottom where it says template. You want to save this, what you have done, as a template, so that if you so happen to change everything and you want to put different colors or you want different settings, whenever you want to go back to this one, you don't have to necessarily do it all over again. All you have to do is change the template and it will go to the template that you want to use. So I would suggest
Okay.
saving your template so that you have it in handy. So your chart should look like this when you're done setting up your chart. It's clear. You only have two colors. There's nothing that's unusual about it. So the next thing you want to do, right, is, do you see with the area where the time frames are, this area, you want to go there, right, and you click on it, and then you want to put a star. You want to put a star to edit your favorites, right? So the time frames that you will be using. So let's say if it was me, I would add the 30-minute, the 1 hour, and the 4 hour, right? So when you save them, they appear on your top bar. This way you don't have to consistently go over all of the time frames just to pick the time frame that you want to use. You can easily change them from the top bar without having to go through a lot. And then that's the time frames, right? This is where you search for your pairs. These are the time frames. This is where you get your candlesticks. So here you have the option for bars, candlesticks. You have the line, or the line chart. You have all of these other things that we don't use. All we'll use is the candlesticks. The line chart barely, because people normally use it if they want to see where the trend is going. But then, from what I know, you know very well to see where the trend is going, so you'll be using the candlesticks only. And then this option is if you want to compare your USD or the chart that you're looking at with another pair.
Okay.
So when you compare it with another pair, right, it will show you the other pair in a line. So we're comparing Euro USD and GBP USD at the moment. This is how it would appear when you're comparing the charts. Then this is the indicators option. This option is the indicators option, which I highly doubt you'll be using. And then this is the financials. You get your income statements, the balance sheets, the cash flow of all of the different instrumentals that are on TradingView. But I highly doubt you'll be using this for the pairs, though. This is for people who are trading at deeper stuff, more complex stuff. And then this is where you will find your templates. So whenever you decide on doing something, right, and then you want to save that thing so that you can do something else, you will be saving all your templates. So all your templates will be shown over here. And then you have the alert. So the good thing about TradingView is if you're waiting for a certain price, right, this is the alert area. If you're waiting for a certain price, right, you don't necessarily have to sit on the markets just to wait for the price to get there or to keep on changing. Keep on watching price. All you have to do is to set an alert, and then they will notify you when market is reached or when price is reached that area. So all you have to do is click on the alert, and then you put in the pair that you want. Always make sure that it says crossing, and then you add the price or it says value. You add the price that you want them to alert you when price reaches, and then you can also set the time that you want your alert to expire. So if you set an alert now and you want it to expire today, you don't want this alert tomorrow, you can set that up. You can even set it how you want them to alert you. They can notify you on the app. They can show as a pop-up on TradingView. They can send you an email. It all depends with which alert that you want. And then the replay option, right? This is the area where you can actually back test. So you can actually put a chart back in history, and then you can actually act as if you are trading that time. But then this option is only for people who pay. You don't have to pay, but it's for if you want to do that, it's an option for people who pay. Then the thing that I need you to make sure, you see this cloud right here. You see this cloud right here.
Yes.
Always make sure that
Yes.
after a few minutes, just click on it, because when you click on it, right, it saves everything that you have done on the chart, so that whenever you can actually remove this, we can actually close it out, right? Whenever you come back, everything that you set on it will still be there. So if it's showing you this arrow, right, it's saying that it has saved it. But if it's not, just make sure that you save before you exit. Normally it just saves on its own,
Okay.
but just try to make sure it's saved. And then this is the settings option. So if you want to change things, you can go on this, you can just press the settings, or you can just right click on the chart.
Okay.
And then this will make it a full screen. I don't think it's necessary to make it a full screen. You can if you want to, but you can also just use the screen that we were looking at it. And then this area right here, that's where you'll be getting all your screenshots. So anytime you want to share this chart, right, all you have to do is click on that camera, right, and then you get your link for that chart. So this link is the one that you can share to people to show them your analysis. This is a good option. And then publish. Whenever you do your analysis and you feel like you want to share it on TradingView, right, all you have to do is publish your analysis, and then you can publish idea or record the video and then share that. It all depends with how you want it to be. So that's all. That's everything on the top bar. Do you have any questions?
I know so far.
All right. So the next thing that you want to work on is the left bar. So this left bar, right, that's where you get all your tools that you're going to be using to analyze. So first, this is the first option that I would work on. You see the first option, right, is you change this cursor thing that you are using into an arrow. That way I do not have two lines that are messing up my chart. I only have an arrow, so I can take that arrow to where I want it without having to get confused with the lines that they normally have. And then this area right here, I'm talking about where the horizontal line is right here. This option, you click at the corner to get the options, right? That's where you get the trend lines, the horizontal lines, the arrows. You can even use this disjoint chart or the flat and bottom if you want to highlight the high and the top without having to do anything much. Like for example, if I was to place it right here, right, I can put it like this, right, and then I can drop it to an area where I want it, and then it will highlight the area that I want to highlight. However, I would say you can add your favorites, the things that you're going to be using. So if you look at this, right, let's say you're going to be using the trend line, you can put a star on it, right, and then you can put the horizontal array. So the horizontal line, it will put a line across the whole chart, right, which is an option that I don't prefer. I would use the horizontal array because the line can start where you want it to start. It doesn't have to be across the whole chart. You can just put the area that you want to use. So I would put the horizontal array on my favorites, right? And then after that, can you hear me?
Can hear you.
All right. So the next thing I would put is the rectangle. The rectangle, that's the whole box that you're going to be using. That's the box that you're going to be using, this box, whenever you need to use it. Some people say it highlights their zones better than the lines. So I would put a box over there, and then those are actually all the things that you would need, that you definitely need on your favorites. So the favorites, all of them will appear on this thing, which you can put anywhere on the chart you want, and you don't have to consistently go back to this tab. All you have to do is click on your favorites and use that. So it's like a shortcut to what you want to use.
Okay.
All right, so do you have any questions?
So, like on the horizontal line, because sometimes I see it's short, sometimes it's long. How do I do that?
All right, so do you see on where the price is it, right? There is a at the bottom where it says auto, or it's over here at the bottom, right here at the bottom. So just make sure that you click on that, right? When you click on that, it should be blue. That means it's active. So when you click on that, right, it fits everything into the screen. It fixes the chart for you. If it's not
Okay.
on, that's when charts will appear long and sometimes short like this, right? As you can see right now, when I changed it to 4 hour time frame, everything was up and down. All I had to do was click on the auto, and it fixes everything for you, and everything goes back into proportion.
Okay, I understand you.
Yeah. Do you have any other questions?
No, no.
All right. Should we analyze one pair before we finish?
Yes, we can.
All right. Which pair would you want us to look at?
Let's look at gold.
Gold. All right. All right, so this is our gold chart. Let's start with the 4 hour time frame is fine. So on the 4 hour time frame, the one thing that you need to make sure of is the support. Where price is it? This support, it's a very strong support. So it's a very strong support. If price breaks this support, right? Oh, I'm sorry about that. So when you press a line, right, you see this tab that comes out. If you want to change
Yes.
the colors, all you have to click is on the pencil. You can change the colors there, and then you can also go on the settings on that tab where you can change if you want to edit a text, or if you want to change the price where it's at, or if you want it to only show on a certain time frame and not all of the time frames, you can also change it there. There's also the star where you can make it thicker or thinner, or you can, if you want it dashed or things like that, they are on that tab that comes out when you place it. So the first thing we want to look at is the support. Where price is it? Price has been falling down, right? But then there is a support here where price has been sitting at. If price breaks below this support, we should see price drop for a long time. It should make a huge drop. If price doesn't make that support, right, price made a high over here, which is a good high to expect price to keep on going up. However, I would also put a high right there just in case, because if price breaks out of this high, right, it might come all the way. If price breaks above this high, right, it might retest, right, and come to this high. So this high would determine if price falls after that, or if price goes higher after that. But then if price keeps rejecting this high, we can expect price to reach this high, and this high, it can be broken and price will reach this high. This high is where you want to watch price very closely, because price can actually break out and price will continue going higher. But if price rejects this high, then we should expect price to break the support it's been respecting at this low for it to continue going lower. That's on the 4 hour time frame.
Okay.
That's, yeah, it is what we just looked at. That's on the 4 hour time frame. So if you were trading on the 4 hour time frame, I'm going to go on the daily time frame. I'm going to go on the daily time frame, right, to see where price might reach. If it does break the support, since it's too far on the daily, we'll try the weekly. We'll look at the weekly. Okay, yes, the weekly. So if price does break the support that we're talking about, right, we can expect price to reach this low. So this will be your target. So if you're watching price and price breaks the support that it just made, this next support will be our target, and I'm pretty sure price has high chances of reaching that, because when we look, actually, let's do this. When you look to our left, right, there's that clean traffic that we're talking about on this candle, and price has been it has been respecting this low of this candle, right? That means if price does break, price has high chances of reaching this candle because of the clean traffic, and it has already accumulated enough buyers for it to sell. So from here, I would watch it closely because that's a very good trade that's waiting to happen. So let's go back on our 4-hour time frame. We now have where we're expecting price to reach if it does sell. If it doesn't sell, let's go on the 1-hour time frame, because on the 4-hour time frames, these candles are right next to each other. That means there's a consolidation, there's a range that's happening on the 1-hour time frame, right? So let's go on the 1-hour time frame so that we look at a bit deeper area. So on the 1-hour time frame, this is what we have. Price has been playing around this area for the longest time. So if you look at the candles that have been printing on the 4-hour time frame, right, you see this candle tried dipping and breaking, but it rejected. And then this candle, strong rejection. And then you see this candle, strong rejection. This is the 1-hour time frame, remember that. And then this candle tried dropping, but it also closed above, it rejected. Same as the next one, it's weak, but it rejected. So this candle, right, if it does close above this area, we should see price try reaching a certain high, maybe to around this area, because there is an order. See, this is our order block right here. We would do more on order blocks, but this is it. It will reach this high. This would be your TP if it does break above. I know we are expecting price to reach this high. We are. But remember, a zone is an area, not a line. So this will be a safer entry. A safer exit, because price can go up and then reject from there. Or it might go up and then it starts playing around this area, and you don't want to be stuck in a trade. Sometimes it does go up and then it makes the full move, but I feel as if this would be a safer entry, because if you look to our left, right, you see this candle right here, that was our first strong bearish candle. That means price created a zone around this area. So if price does manage to break out of this would be the area that price might find something to reject or to respond to. So I would expect price to reach this area, and then from there you watch how price reacts. If it stays in this area, then we can expect it to break out, but if it does reject this area, we can expect price to come back into this range. And when price comes back into this range, right, watch it so that you wait for it to keep ranging, and then it makes the big fall that we're waiting for. So even if it means waiting for days, wait for this sell. This sell is gonna come maybe tomorrow during NFP, but this sell is gonna come, and this is a pretty good buy too. This is a pretty good buy too, a little bit risky. So if price does come above, right, put your stop loss somewhere below this candle. If not that candle, right, maybe around this candle, because if price closes above, right, and then it comes back down and it closes back into this range, especially this range price has been playing at, price will fall because it's rejecting the high. So wait for price to close above for it to continue going up, and make sure that your stop is a safe stop around this area.
Okay.
Yes, so this was the 1-hour time frame. So I think the 1-hour time frame explains everything clearly, that you don't have to go on the 30-minute time frame for you to know what's happening. Just wait for the 1-hour close above, because price is pushing higher. price has been pushing higher. The reason why I say price has been pushing higher is because of these candles. If price wanted to break, if price wanted to go lower, right, it wouldn't have created higher highs. It would have dropped at some point, either here or here. It would have dropped. Wouldn't see this strong candle. If this strong candle closes strong, price will continue pushing higher.
Okay.
Right? Do you have any questions?
So I want to know, like every time when I analyze, I must check this area, like there on the bullish, the bearish pin bars somewhere up there. They're around 1736. Like I must always check those bars. Like
Yes. You can even highlight the areas that you're looking out for. So what I'll do is maybe you can put a box around this area, right? So that let's say you are expecting price to reach this area, right? So let's say price does break out and it closes somewhere here, right? And then you trade it up to this area and then you close your trade here, right? So when price starts playing around this area, you can just watch it playing around this area, and then when it closes outside your box, then you can enter. But it has to be a strong candle closing outside the box, something similar to this, or even a strong bullish candle like this one. So whenever you see like a consolidation area that you're trying to watch out for, right, you can just put a box. For example, if price does break out, right, if price does break out, right, and then you see price going back into the range, if you don't want to put lines like we did, you can put a box, right? You can just put a box right here to highlight this area. Like, okay, this is the area, that I'm looking for, right? Especially like this is the area that I'm looking for, right? If price closes anywhere around this area, right, then you're good to sell. Because when price made this low, right, it tested the area and then it moved up to range right here. So that's where your box is. So if a candle comes and close into this area, right, then it's good. That's your confirmation to sell.
okay,
Yeah. So when price is at an area you want to watch out for and you don't need to trade that area, you just wait for it to move outside the box that you have placed and then you get your trade there.
okay.
Yes.
So you don't use any indicator, you like for trend to show you the trend or what?
No, because
Or you,
if you need indicators to show you where the trend is going, then you're not using your eyes to see where the trend is going. That means whatever trend you're going to be trading, whatever trend you're going to be trending with the indicators is it's behind, it's late. Because if we were to use our indicators to see where the trend is going, right, you wouldn't catch most of the moves because they lag behind. So the trend will start showing you the trend will start showing you the trend will start showing you the indicators will start showing you the trend maybe around this area, of which the trend started right here.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, so they always lag. So when the first move happens, right, the indicators actually don't show you that trend, right? Let's say if this move happened, right, the indicators won't show us the beginning of that trend. They will show us maybe when this one starts happening, or even this one starts happening, depending on which indicator you're using. But barely that you see indicators using showing you the trend at the beginning. Maybe only if you create your own indicator that will give you the signals that you're looking for at the beginning of the trend.
Okay, just asking.
if you're more of a gold trader, right? When we do candlesticks, right? I'm going to show you the candlesticks that you need to watch out for on gold for you to get a very nice trade. For example, you see this candle right here. It's the same candle as this one right here, and this one right here, and this one right here. And these candles, if you see them on gold at a very strong level, they are very good signals that price is going to reverse into a certain direction. So I would watch out for those candles if I'm trying to trade gold. Ocean. Alright, so do you have any questions?
No question. I'm satisfied.
All right, so I think for today, right, we are going to end the stream here, right? But as the day goes on, I want you to watch out for gold. If you do manage to get a trade, that's good. But I want us to watch it so that we can see how it plays out, and we can try to read the price, like why it did that certain move, or
Okay.
how we could have caught it if you don't catch it.
Okay.
Yeah, but for now, I have a strong feeling buys might happen to the area that we talked about. But if it doesn't happen, then just wait for price to close below this low. Anyway, into this area, we should get a good sell.
Okay.
All right, I think that's all for today. So let's watch price and see how it plays out for the day.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you for your time.
It's a pleasure. I'm going to end the stream right here.
Yes, you can end it.
All right. Thank you.
Where I'm struggling, I will ask you on Telegram.
Yes, that would be very nice.
Okay.
All right.